There we go, that should be good. It is. There we go. Right, I think. Just waiting for the darn thing to catch up to me, so... Yep. Here we go. Hello there everyone, this is iMark3 and welcome to From the Depths. Just waiting for the my stream to catch up so I can actually see what the sound balance is like. Also, I almost said Sharkist Viking. Strange though. Okay, sound balance is absolutely fine. Right. Yes. Hello there, Shortest Viking. Welcome to the stream. Nope. The stream is now, I'm afraid. Not in an hour, so yeah. I was just poking around on Vehicle Designer and kind of lost track of time a tiny bit, so you get to see what I was working on, basically. This is what I've done to Legionary's Land Cruiser. So, still a work in progress, but I think it's turning out okay. Sharkist Viking. Yeah, it does actually. What you should say is Sharkiest Viking, rather than Sharkist Viking. But yeah, if it wasn't for actually, while I've got you here, Shortest Viking, do you know how to make PIDs work properly at low altitude? Because I keep finding them extremely sluggish when you're at very low hover. So do they actually work there, or do you have to actually, you know, just go say heck with it and go with an ACB system instead? Because I've tried what Swarty said and set my downward thrusters to main drive, and it's actually made it worse. So I've gone back to using them as thrusters. It's kind of strange, really. No worries, folks. We'll be switching to adventure mode very shortly. I'm just kind of hitting Shortest Viking up for advice while I can, and while this thing is still on the screen. Downset 4 down here instead. Yeah, switching to the main drive, they did actually respond to it, but they were still varying it, and they just had trouble to kick in. So yeah. Which PID am I using? I'm using the generic PID. I did try switching over to an AI PID and connecting that to it, but that just had the same. Actually, that was worse because the AI PID only works for aerial mode, so it works with flying, and that's about it. So it was like it wasn't very happy, and it just ditched it in the ocean immediately. So this is the only way I found it, really. Also, no worries, Lollards. There will of course be a VOD up if you're having trouble watching it right now. And also, welcome to the stream, Snowdrake. Good evening to you. And also, the Slaughter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As I said a moment ago, no worries. I'll get to adventure mode in just a little bit. I'm just trying to pick. Shortest Viking's brain right now. Get some of his greater experience with the game. Anyway, let's see. Don't mind the inside. I've not managed to do much to it yet, but up here's the PIDs. And this is, as you can see, it's the generic PID set for the way I showed it last stream. Does it have enough power? Yes, it has an absolute boatload of power. Just adjusting the camera slightly here. Yeah, there's no shortage of power. This thing, if you want just downward thrusters, this thing has 32 downward thrusters in total. Not counting the middle set here, which is actually for roll stability. So yeah, 32 downward large jets. No shortage of power there. It's just that PIDs really don't like to play nice if you're below about 50, 60 meters. And I'll show you the settings very quick on the AI version, which is here. Yeah, if you look, it's got aerial altitude, aerial pitch, naval pitch. So it's really built for boats and aircraft. It's not got anything that responds to. It's not got anything that responds to just terrain height like the general PID does, because general PID's got altitude terrain, which is something different. Yeah, it's a constant issue. Was the integral line doing something? Snowdrake, this is not actually adventure mode, I'm afraid. This is, well, I accept requests to work on things sometimes, and this is a current little project I'm doing for Legionnaire games. And this was a land vehicle, but which I was asked to rework the hull on and add some cannons and things, and I'm just basically giving the entire thing a refit. But unfortunately, because did you know there's a limit of 20 active wheels on a single construct, and after that all wheels stop working? Because I didn't, and now that's in, and so you can't build massive tank treads right now. They just don't work, so I turned it into a kind of hovering vehicle instead. So that's what I'm doing with this thing right now. So someone else's vehicle just refitted into essentially a hovercraft. At least that's what I'm trying to do. And PID control over the power, it's very unresponsive, and I've messed with all the settings and it's not changed anything really. But yeah, this is Legionnaire's Land Cruiser. As I said, it's still my conversion is still a work in progress, but I think it looks pretty nice. Still got to reshape a lot of it though. If I turn up the gain to max, all that does is kick in all the extra power it's got, shoot it in the air, then the thrusters turn off and it comes straight back down into the ocean again, and then it can't lift up because of how the thrusters are arranged. So if you turn up the gain, it just increases the speed of the reaction, and then it just bobs all over the place uncontrollably. So yeah, it just won't stabilize itself because the thrusters just kick in too hard. Let's actually see if I can show that to you. Here we go. KP gain, let's set that to 1. And as you can see, there's now a bit of variance going on. It's dropping down to 8. It's down to 5.5. It's trying to work it out. But as soon as I lift it up even slightly, it's like, let's see, caps lock, up it goes. It thrusters cut, release it. It almost ditched it. And now it's not sure what to do with it, so it's just hovering here. Maybe I was turning that up a bit too much. Actually, that seems to be okay at 0.1. Let's try 2. Oh, now it's starting to bounce in and out as it tries to keep it going. So yeah, the engine just keeps cutting in and out as it tries to correct for it. I think I was just going, maybe I was just going a bit too much brute force, but let's set it to 3. Yeah, now it's doing this constant beat noise. It's like, here, have some thrust. Then it turns off. Now if I lift it up, let's see. Okay, sure. It's just the annoying beat. It's just how it constantly varies it. That's kind of irritating. Still though, I'm finding it a lot more responsive than when I was testing it before, so maybe it's because people are watching. The game wants to show you how much of an idiot I am. I would not put it past it, to be quite honest. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, let's go on. No, pitch and roll are balanced perfectly fine. These middle sets of thrusters are all roll. Pitch is mostly towards the back, but there's some pitch thrusters at the front as well. Integral time to 3 seconds. Okay, hang on, Snowdrake. That's integral time to. No, that is on 3 seconds already. Does the wheel thing apply to subconstructs like spin blocks? Excellent question, actually. Well, I don't know. I didn't try it. Say it's a 0.1, and then change that to 0.5. There we go. That's much better. Oh yeah. Thank you, Viking. Just messing around a little bit. Snowdrake, the original version I got from Legionnaire was just based around... it was this massive, long tank treads on both sides. And then when I realised it wasn't working, and I discovered the limits on it, that's when I switched it around to... 1, 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... That's way too much. Oops. Right, let's try this. Air, powered wheels. Yeah, on spin blocks counts. This wheel is not being used because there is a limit of 20 wheels per vehicle, and more appropriate drive wheels have been selected. Which, by the way, doesn't tell you what that means. So, yeah. But basically, any heavy purely land vehicle is kind of messed up right now because of that. So, yeah. Are they balanced top and bottom? No, you can see these little puffs of flame. That's all the pitch correction that's going on. Those just little jets there. And roll is perfectly stable, so that's why it looks like they're actually firing the same amount as the rest of it. Though they have upward thrusters as well to help force the roll on it. If I go forward, then there's a bit more aggressive pitch correction, but there's extra thrusters underneath in the middle there, which are also part of the pitch system too. So, yeah, this is it moving at full speed right now. And you've got to remember, this thing is supposed to be a land craft. It's just, I've turned it into a hover vehicle as well. Yeah, that's working okay, I think. That said, though, those PID settings are a bit better, so thank you, guys. Thanks for helping me sort that out a little bit. Anyway, let's get this thing saved and go back to the adventure run, because that's what I'm meant to be doing. And I didn't mean to spend 15 minutes on this first, but, you know. Legionnaire Land Cruiser AAR version, saved. Grab a quick screenshot of it. go. And then back to menu. Okay, let's get back to what the stream's actually meant to be. Adventure mode. Load adventure. YouTube series 24. Actually, let's trim the rest of these out. Delete that one. Delete that one. Yep, here we go. The big smoky thingy. Yeah, that's the thing, Slaughter. You only need the 3 of them, really. I mean, this thing runs on 3 PIDs. If you do 3 PIDs, you get really simple, easy to make thruster craft. So it's like, you know, and you can treat it kind of like it's. Yeah, you can treat it kind of like. Wrong key. Whoops, that one. There we go. To be honest, Viking, I normally spend like 1 or 2 minutes tops on a PID, and then I have a vehicle that functions like this one. So, yeah. The rest of the time is putting thrusters into place. But anyway, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in each side. So... let's change that so that I've got equalised turning force. Probably be a good idea. I don't know why I was bothering to put reverse into these, but, you know. There we go. I really don't know why I was putting reverse thrusters on, because, quite frankly, it doesn't need it. The thrusters don't work in reverse, do they? So, there's no point. It's just because I came to using a complex controller from tanks. So my first experience with complex controllers was just flat out making tanks. So it's, you know, I think it kind of stuck a little bit. Let's get these ones converted as well. And this will let me turn in place because I've evened out how much thrust I'm using to turn. There we go, yep. 6 on each side. And the rest of it's all forward. Oh, jeez. That wasn't right. Oh, wait, I know what it is. It's spreading to connected things. I don't really like it, to be honest, because every time I muck around with these things and change the settings a bit, it spreads to directly connected flush jets. So it's like, so that was happening because all of my pitch control thrusters were kicking in full power as soon as I hit forward. So it's like, yeah, basically. I think I've got some at the front that are trying to do it as well. Shouldn't do. No, they aren't actually connected to it, so okay. Right. Also, there's no enemies around the place. Let's see. To get the worst weather, I need to go east, if I recall, so I need to turn this way. I really need more turning force, though. I will be the first to admit that. You can't win, basically. And the problem is I don't have any resources to do anything else, so... I need to find things to shoot. Come one, come all. I need something to shoot at. And that's all there is to it. If we can find the resources, I'm actually planning to install some of the new anti-missile turrets I've worked out. Because they're actually pretty darn effective. It's... Don't need it, Slaughter, because this thing has already got some missiles and a forward cannon. It was better last stream, but then it got blown up. So, yeah, and I didn't save close enough to it. So that was a bit of an issue. But I have got some 18mm anti-missile cannons, which I want to put into this thing. And they're not too bad at all. The problem is I've just got to find things to shoot at. Hello, Ruivlol. Welcome to the stream. I can't make anything right now because I've got a total of 17 resources to my name. So, you know, not exactly helpful, that. Simple lasers on 2-axis turrets because I hadn't realised how overpowered they can be sometimes. Though that said, this thing is no slouch even without that. Besides, do I really want to go overboard with lots and lots of simple lasers? I think that's a good question because if everyone does it, then who does things that are slightly different? Hang on. There we go. It's not the time shortage, Viking, it's the cost. I just can't afford to buy them right now. Not without scrapping something else out of the craft. Yeah, they're very good at burning out AI. Yeah. I'm thinking of maybe adding like a couple of them for light, close-range anti-air, but I'm not planning to go overboard with it and add like lots and lots and lots of them. And yes, they will kill my craft if I don't watch it. I just need something, basically. I need something, and as usual, adventure mode is not providing. Adventure mode is like that, I've noticed. I noticed it back when I was doing my first original run on adventure mode. Oh. One moment, I just realised something. Okay, camera, move there, and flip, please. There we go. Jeez. If I put the camera on this side, on that side of the screen, I tend to invert it so it looks a little bit better. Otherwise, it's me just like, hey, look at that guy up there. He's facing off the screen. You know, not exactly the best way to go about it. To be fair. Everything kills a squirrel only if you can hit it. But that said, yeah, if you can get something accurate enough, then you can quite easily kill squirrels. At least from what I've seen. Well, this is a whole load of nothing, isn't it? Right. How long have I been in this sector? Oh yeah, I only just jumped in. It's like 12 minutes in. So, yeah, literally last time I went through a red gate and then ended the stream. So it's like fun times for all. What can I do to increase the spawning rate? Hang on. I want to look this up because I really want to know. FTD, adventure mode spawn. Enemies, if you please. I'm actually working on a counter-squirrel airship for Little Mean. They've got a basic fighter which they want, which they asked me to have a look at. And yes, the squirrel used to be a lot more dangerous. I remember those times. It was kind of nuts. Wait, nuts. Squirrel. Sorry, pun not intended. Nuts is just something I tend to say sometimes. And yep, I'm just continuing to stare at the ocean. Oh, jeez. Spawn frequency. Here we go. Let's check the official wiki on this. There are 2 checks for enemy spawns. Wait, what? Okay, that's weird. There's a 5% chance to spawn an enemy for every 500 meters traveled, including vertically and in circles. A counter starts ticking up after 5 minutes in the warp plane. The longer the player spends in the plane, the less they have moved in, and the less they have moved in the last hour, the faster the counter ticks. Enemies will spawn periodically on the counter. And yes, Shortest Viking, that is the other part of what it's saying. Therefore, to minimise spawn frequency, travel forwards until a warp gate appears, then go through it. So, flying forwards like this is apparently a bad idea. To maximise spawn frequency, avoid going through warp gates and run around in circles as fast and as tight as possible. Well, I'm going to be flying in circles now, aren't I? Yay! I need to adjust my set thrusters back. Let's get my main thrusters in on this great turning action we've got going on. Because apparently we need to turn in circles, so yay, here we go. And then, because this is going to be fun, I will unlatch the camera so I won't be following my craft around. It's not exactly built for turning in circles though, that's the thing. Yeah, this is not made for this. It's not built to turn very well. Its counter thrust is incredibly bad. So right now it's just like spinning around in circles, throwing smoke everywhere. Actually, does it have to be the player vehicle? Hang on. There's a 3% chance of spawning a warp gate for every 100 meters travel. Red is harder, base 75% increase. Green is easier, base 20%. No, wait, no, that's the spawn rate. Blue, difficulty increase of 1.3. Weather. The further east the gate is, the worse the weather of the plane on the other side. And the more green and blue gates there will be. So east actually makes the weather worse, but you get more green gates going that way. However, something I was told last time doesn't count, which is... I was told that going east would actually make more enemies spawn. That is, according to the wiki, officially not true. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of just like, let's slap a drone together and see if that even helps. Hopefully it does. How much do I need to build a drone? Not much. It'll be a small fast drone, that's the thing. Well, there's some thunder and lightning, all very, very frightening. Let's go ahead and scrap out some ammo reserves. A little bit. And we don't need all of this metal plating up here, do we? Need this metal plating down here, though. Whatever. Strip it out too. Okay, that's improved my profile slightly. And that's given me like 500 resources. That's enough for a basic drone. So, let's build a new vehicle. This is the great secret of my success. A drone. Yes. I don't think a docking station would, because it tries to latch you onto the thing. So, yeah. Hi Legionnaire, welcome to the stream. Let's see, it needs a air AI and a water start AI. Air, give me a hot air balloon deployer. There we go, so that's that. Right. And it's already going nuts. Okay. Right. Resources. You need some batteries. And an electric engine. And the thing is, if I build it like this, I can run it off my own internal RTGs. So, yeah. 320 power. Air. Jet engine, give me a single huge jet. Oh, I can't afford it, of course I can't. I have no idea what I'm doing, Lola. Jets are not my specialty. Like, at all. What I want is just something that stays airborne, preferably. Oh yeah, there we go. That's flying. What the hell am I doing? Okay, right. I have a little aircraft. Apparently, it's flying. There is that. So yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a. I can't tell it to like stay near me, so it's like. Where's it gone? Well, there it is. It's trying to stay kind of close. Don't know if this is going to count towards spawning more enemies, though. Hopefully it will, but that is just a ridiculous little plane that's basically just flying around now. Yeah, that's why I was just thinking for spawn rate, because it's just rolling all over the place trying to control itself. All it needs really is a weapon system now. However, something it does need, though, is resources, so...
Listening.
And keep max power, so that means that that craft will recharge itself from my primary craft batteries every time it wanders too close. So there we go. What have I made? Well, I made a decoy, actually, to be fair. I think that is a decoy. As I said, all it needs now is a weapon system. And it can turn, yeah, sort of. I mean, you can see it just up there above my craft right now, just like... I don't even know what it's doing. Anyway, let's keep moving. I can't fly in a straight line, of course, because that apparently is bad for the enemy spawn rate. So I've got to try to turn in circles. And where is it? It is following me in circles, so it turns about as well as I do. Let's put it that way. Well, actually it turns better, but it can't make up its mind what it's doing, basically, at this point. What a strange little thing. And by all rights, that should not be flying, I think. It shouldn't be flying at all, but there we go, we have a tiny little aircraft running around the place. I wish there was some kind of beacon or something you could put in, actually, which would just drag vehicles over to you in adventure mode. Well, not drag vehicles, like a massive FU sign, or come get me, bro, or just something that makes enemy spawns more likely, instead of just flying around randomly in circles. Because it's like, yeah. Do you know what the sad thing is? That is the second functional plane I have ever built in From the Depths. Quite literally, the second functional plane. Ever. I'm just watching it right now, it's like, It's doing something, I suppose, but still. Oh, my normal craft is kind of bad at turning, actually. It's not got very much turning force. Because most of its thrust is actually backwards, so... The problem is, though, that small drone there, the moment it runs into something with a laser, it's going to get torn out of the air. Like, zap, immediately gone. And there's no way around it, so... I'm also not seeing any of the lovely red blips I'm looking for either, which is even better. Maybe this would be an advantage of if I use a fortress for adventure mode. You wouldn't be able to move. You'd be in the same place for the last hour, which is, according to this, a factor in how quickly things spawn. So, yeah. I guess that's a mini squirrel or something like that. Wait, what's wrong, Shortest Viking? Why are you saying wah? Is it because I'm crying a lot? I wouldn't blame you to think I was. I could really do with something really, really powerful turning. Like some kind of overpowered turning mobile or something, I don't know. Oh, well, let's look out for a resource zone anyway. See if I can find something. Problem is it's foggy, so I can't see anything. And this is my best turning circle yet. Ugh. I can't do anything without resources. I need resources. Temptation to cheat. Rowing. Must resist. Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh! Red! We have a red thing! Yeah, that's the point. You can't. But you can build a fortress around your starter vehicle, though. And try to do it that way. So your starter vehicle would essentially be a drone in the middle of your fortress, kind of thing. But never mind, I've seen a red thing. Hostile thing, social activity. Let's go blow it to pieces, because joyous day, there's something over there. Hey, Dr. Typhon, welcome to the stream. Yeah, literally, I've only built 2 planes in this game, ever. With the caveat that planes that work. I don't know how that one works, to be quite honest, but it's trying to keep up with me. Unfortunately, I'm faster than it right now, so I need to go. It needs more engines, basically. So, ooh, I see a cannon. A big cannon. That means there's something beefy over there. Excellent. Come on, beefcake, show me what you've got. What are you? Except for about to die. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was a miss. Okay. Well, well, it's a marauder. Hello, marauder. I just need to turn around somehow without getting into his side arc, which is kind of what I'm trying to do. Unfortunately, he's much better at turning than I am, so it's like, oh well. I don't want to lose it. If I take damage, then that's resources lost, basically, so it's like, yeah. Okay, let's park here for a moment. Oop, my little jet's caught up. Hello, little jet. Being absolutely useless, I see, but that's absolutely fine. Right, let's take off the side movement from these guys. So that way my turning force is balanced out once more. There we go. Move a bit because he's getting a bit too far near me, but I don't have anything to point downwards at him. Which is a shame. So yeah, I want to eat this marauder, basically. I've just got to get myself... hey, Damadok82. Yeah, basically I've got a little pet jet running around, just trying to increase enemy spawn rates. So... don't know if it does anything or not, but it's something to try, you know? Actually, from this angle, that looks kind of like a battle cruiser from StarCraft, doesn't it? Just a little bit. Oh, the Marauder's turning. Needs to move up. Are there cheat codes? No. There's just the RTG cheat, since it's so much cheaper to retrofit it onto something than to build it from scratch. I don't know if they... Well, they're going to patch that out sooner or later. Don't know when. Okay, good. That's its AI called out. Excellent. But you can see me just lurking there in the fog. Please give me a good amount of resources, please. Please, 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 please. And... 2,000 material. Okay. Right. I can do something with this. I can't see a darn thing because of the fog, though. Yeah, it's not ominous at all. This shape looming up out of the white. Yeah. There's my little assistant plane flying around over there. Hi, Jason. Welcome to the also welcome to the stream, Jason, by the way, and also to you, Dominic. Welcome, welcome to this glorious, glorious thing, in which I try to find enemies because they are hiding from me. I think that's my working theory right now. Yes. But yeah, Slaughterer, now I can actually afford to slap... Ooh, there's another thing over there. Another enemy spawned. They've been spawning faster, I think, since I built that jet in. Yeah, I looked up what causes enemies to spawn, Jason. And so we've got a little jet just flying around randomly, trying to provoke enemies to spawn more often. And I think it's doing something. Because that's another enemy that's just spawned. 2 enemies in the last half hour, and they've both spawned within minutes of each other, so... something is happening, at least. So there is that. Now that said, that jet does need to be faster, though. Yeah, look at this little thing. It's only slightly slower than me, to be fair. But it's like very, very crazy. Right. Let's boost your speed, little fella. Suddenly it does 66. It's faster than me now. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Slaughterer. But there we go. This thing now runs really, really fast. It doesn't actually need that many batteries right now. Whoop! And it's gone straight into the water. I think it needs another downward jet, to be quite honest. There we go, that's fixed it. Look at this little nutter. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not planning to stay on this thing. But I was just tweaking its speed so it can move faster than I can. So it can actually catch up with me and stay close, because it runs off my own RTGs. But it's really small, really light, really fast. So, yeah. Where's it gone? Oh, it's wandered off over that way. There it is. It's like some kind of little guided missile thing going on right there. It needs a weapon system. Yeah, it needs a weapon system of some sort, but that would mean expanding the weight and size of the craft quite significantly, so... Is that a 1v1 mode where we can fight? PS, if that is true, you can't beat me. Depends what ship you bring in there, Dr. Typhon, and there is a limited force combat mode. Yeah, exactly. It's meant to stay close to me, and it carries absolutely nothing. It's just really small and really fast. Also, I can't tell where it's gone. It's somewhere behind me. Oh, there it is in the distance. Okay. But I like to think it's helping enemy spawn rates, so... Ooh! Speaking of, there's another enemy spawn right there. Huzzah! Okay, sure. Yeah, it's very distinctive because normally you go for these really bulky ships with lots of internal. Ooh. Okay, shielding up to reflector mode, if you please, because apparently I'm being shot at already. Not even sure what it's shooting at, but there we go. Just flying straight into it now. Also, welcome to the stream, Hazardin, by the way. I keep trying to catch your stream, so I seem to keep missing you. So it's kind of irritating that way. Oh no, EMP! Whatever will I do? Oh, there goes an ammo reserve. Oh dear. Yeah, no problem. I really need to do better turning though. But yeah, it's you don't often see vehicles that are built very thinly. I think that's the way I want to put it. Oh, I think I've knocked him out of the air. Yes, I have actually. Yeah, okay, that cannon knocked it out. Good. Fortunately, his EMP did some damage, and yep, there he goes, exploding. And I got 2,500 materials. Excellent. Where's my mini-ship gone? It's somewhere over that direction, apparently. Hope it's not drained its battery supply. That would be... Oh, nope, there it is. Right there. Oh, it's its own little guided fireball flying around above me, basically. That's what that is. I think it needs missiles. Yeah, I think that little craft needs a missile launcher on it. Or something. But anyway, I'm being shot at again, so I should probably wander over this way. Yep, high velocity. Actually, that might be simple weapons. Also, I should rise up, because that is something up there. Yeah, I think that's also cannons. That's only a duster, I think. Yeah, that's a duster. I really need better turning. I need better guns as well. That would also help too. I mean, I'm being outturned by a duster, of all things. I mean, seriously. But that said, look how many holes it's got in it. A Bertha? Maybe, but a Bertha's got a missile pod on it, hasn't it? And a large cram cannon? Oh, it's a Shrike. Okay, we were both wrong. Oh well. Yeah, that thing's completely messed up now. Where's my little pet gone? My little pet is actually somewhere... Is it below me? No, it's still above me. It's just gone even higher. Okay. My little pet is wandering around. Quite happy where it is. Yeah, that thing is dead. It just doesn't know it yet. Maybe I should put my new 200mm Gatling turret on this thing, if I can afford it. I don't know, do I need more anti-surface weaponry, do you guys think? I still need to add those anti-missile weapons too, actually, so there is that. Yeah, I think that thing's on the edge of space right now. So it's being a bit of a pain to get it. Well, that and the fact my ammo has actually run out. I've been fighting it so much. Come back here, please. Stop trying to escape me into orbit. That's very rude of you. Hey, Lynx. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you made it. Look at that thing. It's just full of holes at this point. I will kill you at some point. As soon as I catch up with you. Kill a metal beam in one hit. That seems to be the standard, go-to standard for weapons, to be quite honest, these days. Okay, I'm going to back off a bit, and I think refresh my ammo supply, because frankly, this is just getting a bit... Oh, suddenly it drops down a bit. I still think refreshing my ammo supply is probably a good idea. Let's see, because I did strip some of my ammo supply out after all, when I built that little drone, so restoring that is, I think, a good move. Yep, that's giving me a couple more missiles to shoot at it, so there we go. Please knock it out of the sky. I don't want to keep chasing this thing. It's kind of annoying. And all the missiles missed. Of course they did. Sorry about this, it's just that... You can see how good my craft is, just struggling against this thing, can't you? I just can't kill it. I just can't kill it. Oh, finally I hit something. Don't know how much damage that did. But that's falling a bit. Okay. And it's still not enough. Ugh. You know what? Fine. Stupid thing. Fine. Fine, I say. I'm gonna do something nasty to you. If you're not gonna play nice with me, I'm not gonna play nice with you. Rah, 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 rah. Right, load some objects. Simple AT turrets. 2-axis, yes. Let's see how they like this. Max azimuth, that needs to be 0. Oh, finally killed it! Finally. 10. I need to change that minimum azimuth, actually. I think 150 should be good. 50? Yeah, that's good. Okay, right. And I'm going to just drop back down to the regular height. And try not to drop in the ocean because, of course, PIDs and low altitudes, always a fun thing. Let's see then, altitude, just watching it very carefully. Come on, PID, realise where you are, thank you. But there we go, we got 150 on these autocannons, so they won't hit me. And then, take that out. AI, local weapon controllers, installed, plus, of course, AI wireless connections. So there we go, now we've got a couple of additional autocannons on the sides, so yeah. There we go, finally. We've got more guns, even if they aren't much. But we've actually killed some stuff, which is even better. And there's my little buddy just flying around there like that. I should actually add that to the fleet, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do that.
Listening.
The mighty Dirtfin is the flagship, of course. And then this little vehicle is my minion. So... I get the feeling I should try adding more and see if that helps. Yeah, let's try this. I've never really worked much with carriers, to be honest, so... It's under MISC. Sub-vehicle spawners. Metal beam 3. So that's that. Okay. And then I will also, of course, save the dirt fin. Am I in the right place? No, I'm not. Save the dirt fin in here. There we go. Save my progress. Yes. There we go. And since it's just been said on the chat,
Listening.
you, build on you, pet jet. You are the pet jet now. Oh, look at this little cutie. Look at this little cutie. Oh. I get the feeling I should add this to it actually. And suddenly it goes 74. Whereas to take that off, it's like reduced to like 57, 50, 60 odd. Now it goes 74. Sure. Oh yeah, this is the pet jet. Override the minimum size and allow save. Yep, this is the pet jet. Very much so. Just adding 2 blocks of wood has increased its speed by like 20% or something like that. Now, wasn't there something about being able to spawn extra things, or was it like... Is it one per sub-vehicle spawner, or is it spawn X number depending on how many there are around? I don't really know. Still, a faster little jet up there is always going to be a good thing. Anyway. Is there anything nearby that I want to have a look at? No, but something just lagged. There's an enemy. Another enemy's just appeared. Okay. Yeah, drag is a huge factor in planes and thrusters. It's even more so with boats, though. That's the main reason boats are slower than thruster craft and things, because it's just the sheer drag of the water. Let's see. Here we go. 18mm AMS Gatling cannon. It's not really built to survive very much, to be quite fair. But I get the feeling it might be important at some point, so I might as well add some. You know? Probably ruin my aesthetic just a tiny bit, though. Just need to add a couple of light blocks. Yeah, hydrofoils are making the boat more like a jet, and that's why they can just get up to so much speed. Load sub-objects, 18mm AMS, these are worth 800 each. Was that shield flaring? Yes, it was. Okay. I'm under cannon attack, apparently. Also, I suspect those things are loading the wrong shell immediately, because they just latch onto the first shell you've got. Place a prefab. I want the 18mm AMS shell, since this thing is built from the ground up to work with the AMS. Yeah, those are loading the wrong shell. They're loading the same shell as the... Well, that was a thing, apparently. Yeah, these guys are loading the wrong shell. You're supposed to load this one, AP capped. Force assign that, and let's drop out the ammo that you've already got. There we go. Refreshing the ammo reserve once I've got the loaders set to pick up the right ammo. Okay, so should I run you through these things? do you guys want me to run you through these? Because basically what I've got here is a kinetic anti-missile defense system. So, yeah. Internet's bad. Hang on, let me check my dashboard. Okay, yeah, my dashboard says my stream is okay. Anyway, this is what I was making around earlier, making sure I'd got this stuff right. And what I've wound up doing is I have created these things here. No, not... Yeah, I created these. These are my weapons. Yes. No, I made these ones. And what these are, these things are basically anti-missile Gatling cannons. Intercept incoming hostile missiles, of course. But the thing is, they don't care how many bullets they use, and they are only 18mm. So that's what these things are meant to do. It's like 18mm anti-missile cannon shots. So what can you do about that? I mean, if you're expecting flak shells, then yeah, they're not worth bothering about at 18mm. So these are actually direct fire kinetic shells that I've got loaded into this thing. But they fire at 900 RPM, so there's a heck of a lot of them. And it may say it's got 0.385 accuracy, but they've also got stabilizer fins on the shells too. So it's like that's like 20% of that. So it's 0.7, 0.07, something like that in terms of accuracy on these shells. So they're really really high accuracy. What I was doing is I was actually wanting to restrict the angle of motion on the cannons. Oh wait, I can't because they're AMS cannons, aren't they? Never mind. So yeah, 18mm anti-missile Gatling cannon fitted with these, which are a 9-meter. No. What are they? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 8-meter. Thank you. An 8-meter shell customizer, and this shell does like 90 damage per shell, AP of 10.8. So it's a really light shell in terms of it would do barely anything to other vehicles. Basically, anything made of better than wood, it would not do that much to. But it's actually geared for missiles, which are much lower hit points, and it fires, as I said, 900 RPM per turret. So, you know, lots and lots of shots there. So the idea is that it just fires so many shots and then it just shards the bullet out of the sky, just like in real life. Well, shards the bullet, shards the missile. Oh, there's my little fighter plane. It's my little boat. My little pet plane is up there. I was worried for a moment because I wasn't sure where it was. Okay, let's Oh wait, I need a vehicle spawner, don't I? Isn't that a separate thing? Welcome back, Lola. Some vehicle spawner. So how do I do this then? Because I want to load in an extra pet jet. And IRL is not officially canon until it hits 20mm. Yeah, that's fair enough, that. Okay. New vehicle. Okay, let's retrofit you into another pet jet, which is only 600 resources, by the way. So yeah, pet jets are really, really small. Misk, give me a repair tentacle for the moment, please. Should probably keep some of these equipped now that I've got the pet jets running around. Same resource settings. Okay, good. Right, now I've got 2 pet jets running around. So, merge that straight in. And, since I've got 2 of them, that means I want to have another sub-vehicle spawner to hold on to it. So, MISC, sub-vehicle spawner. There we go. Right. I now have 2 drones attached to this thing, and they're both cute little things that are flying around all over the place, and I've lost track of them again. Where are they? Oh, there they are. And hopefully that's going to help me spawn more enemies. So, yeah, fingers crossed, because that's basically the idea of them. It's like, give me more enemies, please. And that's it. Maybe. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I just hope they do. Also, I can't tell where I'm going anymore because of this horrible weather I've got going on. At least I know for sure they can keep up because they are faster than me. Even if I can't see them on the map. Oh, yeah, there they are. They're right above me, so, yeah. Yeah, they can keep up without any issue. What's that? Oh, that's a really high blue circle, isn't it, up there? I was just wondering what that blue light was in the sky, and it's like, oh, wait, that's a blue circle. Fair enough. Let's go back to that wiki on what spawns where. Resource zones, 1% chance per 100 meters travelled, and that's that. So, yeah. There's nothing special I can do to try and get some resource zones spawned. Sadly. But, you know, can't have everything, can we? Just need to keep going, basically, and just hope I run into something again. It's like, yay, adventure! No, there's nothing here. Basically, I actually wish I'd stayed in the starter zone. At least it was spawning more interesting stuff around there. Actually, how much is the 200mm? Oh, 5,500 for a 200mm anti-surface Gatling cannon. Well, I've got something to save up for. There is that for it. Oh, enemy. Right. Time to murder. Off we go. Hopefully it's something juicy, but we're still at a bit of a low difficulty, so... It's probably going to be something small, but I can't tell at all. Where are you? My green lights say I can't detect you. So... Ooh, something else to spawn. Nice. My 2 little drones are keeping pace somewhere over there, I think. Where are they? I'm not even sure anymore. Where are they still with me? Where are they? No, wait, they're over here. Yeah, they've wandered off. If I'd built them with, if they weren't air AIs, they wouldn't have done that. But basically, they've got a bit sidetracked and lost, so might want to build some docking stations to recall them. In fact, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. problems with drones. Especially ones that are dependent on you for all of their power. If they draw enough fire, the problem is they are not meant to draw fire. So, yeah. Okay, let's latch onto these guys and draw them in. Just to make sure they get over here. Get over here. There's a couple of enemies spawned, so I'm going to go ahead and engage those. Something over there's got big cannons. Well, that's dead already. That's not something very big, is it? What is it? Oh, it's already dead. Oh, there it is. Salvage 222 material. Yay! Okay, let's move on. And whatever it is over there has got a big cannon as well. But yeah, the pet jets are not there to draw fire. They are there to try and make enemies spawn more often. That's the point of those guys. But I'm not planning to give them anything by way of armor, especially not a nuke. Oh, it's one of those guys. Well, at least my side-mounted autocannon can keep firing at it. But I'm trying to avoid its sides because it's got large, simple cannons on the sides. So, yeah. Yeah, this isn't bullying at all, is it? Yeah, it's trying to hit me again with those simple cannons. But I'm just trying to shred its AI out, basically, at this point. Oh, have I? No, it's still alive. I'm just a bit too close to my cannon. There we go. Oh, that looks important. I'm thinking maybe just add a single-shot missile launcher to it, or something. Just a really basic missile. Probably be a bit more reliable in general than an autocannon. Because you got to remember, this thing is tossing and turning all over the place, so turret-mounted weaponry is not likely to stay with it too well, or be very good at aiming. Plus there's the fact that if as soon as I give them weapons, they're just going to fly off at random anyway, so that might be a slight issue. But yeah, one of them is back. Good. Where's the other one? Still over there somewhere. Right, so I've got this guy. What happens if I add a naval movement AI as well and set that to... Oh, there's the other one. That might be a slight issue, actually. What happens if I add a naval AI to this thing? What did I just delete? Oh, I just deleted part of the battery pack. Okay. There we go. That's enough for the battery. Take that off. Add a card. Add a naval AI there. which will try to keep it within very short distances of me. So that's that. The problem is if I added a weapon system, then it'd become a very important target for any enemies. So as soon as you give it weaponry, it becomes a much bigger target than if it's just a simple ship flying around, because then enemy ships will prioritize you over these little drones because they just aren't built to take anything. And you've got to also remember, of course, the fact that the more I add to it, the more cost it is as well. So that's even better. So yeah. That's the pet jet there. So that one has now got that set to it. So let's undock that. See how that does. Oh yeah, look at that. It's suddenly trying much harder to stay close to me. And look how fast it's turning too. Before it was wandering all over the place, but now it's like now it's just spinning very tightly in circles right above me. So it's doing its best to try and stay close to me there. That is actually ideal for what I want it to do. So yeah, right. It seems adding a naval AI is a very good idea to do. Also, look at the beautiful Red Sea. Blood for the blood god. Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta love it when it's like this. Wow. Okay, right. Take you. B. V. Retrofit you to the new version 2. There we go. For some reason the docking station let go of you. Okay. But yeah, I must stress though that these pet jets are not really meant to be fighters. They're not fighters. They're just incredibly mobile. Also, I spy a resource circle. But right now, I want to quickly alter this pet jet with a different altitude. So cruising altitude is, I can't see because chat's in the way, but I'm basically trying to avoid them crashing into each other. So let's change that to 65. That's 10 meter clearance compared to the other pet jet. And then that should hopefully keep them from crashing into each other. There we go. Right, sorted. And turn off that. Why aren't you starting up? Oh, because you're not in the right group. Okay, there we go. Give you some resources. And off it goes. Whee! And as you see, again, it's trying to stay incredibly close to me. They're only like 600 resources each, so very, very cheap flyer. That one's trying to stay up there as well. And good. That seems to have kept them from crashing into each other. Good. Yep, they're just lazily spiraling around, doing random things. Actually, I think that one's just hit the space limit there. Yeah, they're trying to go into orbit. Hello, Mr. Beat. Welcome to the stream. I know there was a resource zone. Why? What's happened? Oh, there's a resource zone over there. Okay. Why? Has something happened, Mr. Beat? Perhaps I should have added some more stability. Air gets really thin about 400 to 500 meters, and then beyond that it gets a lot thinner, so it's like somewhere around there. And they are trying to follow me, I think. Not sure what they're doing. I need to go check on them again. Oops, all stop, please. Stop drifting, if you'd be so kind. Are they following me at all? Oh, that's a lovely resource zone, that. Okay, yeah, where are they? Trying to follow me. There's one of them. Space is much higher now. Okay, so that got changed then. Yeah, I think they're just not stable. Right, I need to adjust them slightly. I'm hovering in the resource zone, so I can recall my 2 jets again and refit them a little bit further. I think just the plain fact they lack something to force those downwards is causing issues at this point because they aren't properly jet stabilized. Space is now 1500. Okay. That's a rather big... That's like treble the height, hasn't it? Yeah, but I think I need... They need some kind of vertical jets to help pin them down. Okay, right. You, Mr. Pet Jet, are my guinea pig. You do need the balloon deployer. So let's do it this way. Let's grab a flush jet. Like that. Did that, and then take out these 2 here. Right. Yep, oh, there's the other jet. Okay. Just had a couple more thrusters like that, so they're even faster. Because why not? I can't see the resource cost now. Hang on. 744 resources right now. Because adding jets is actually a big cost to them. So, if I take those back off, that should help. I just had a sip of Monster there. I don't really like Red Bull, to be honest. It's just how it is, really. I just don't like the taste of it. So, this guy should be absolutely fine if I save the vehicle. You are the Pet Jet V3. And I just need to cut it loose and see if it stays where I want it to. Also, I've drifted out of the circle again. Could Netta really exist with the physics we have in it? It could, actually. It could, though there would be differences, of course, because it does take some simplification of physics and things like that as well. And which one's the V3? That one's the V3. It is here. This one. Yep, okay, that really does want to stay where it's supposed to be then. Look at it, look how happy it is. Oh. Oops, and then it does a little loop and it's back under control again. Stop drifting sideways, if you please. Stupid thing. Yeah, it's like it's happy there. think. It's happy there. Okay, let's get the other one refitted to the same standard. So refit you to the new and improved version 3. Off it goes. Unfortunately, I haven't messed with the AIs though, so they might crash into each other. But at least they're not going up into orbit again, like they were before. I just didn't realise they were doing that, and that was slowing them down hugely. So yeah. I said they're not very good at turning, are they? I mean, that one's drifting off over that way for some reason. Probably because it can't turn itself properly. Yeah, it can't turn itself properly, so it's going here, there, and everywhere. I will get this design working properly, sooner or later. But you can see why I don't really build planes, can't you? Why planes are not a thing I really do. Yeah, that one's wandering off way too far. It's getting very confused. So I need better control. They need better control to stay with me. Okay, so if they're going to do that, I think I need to get control surfaces on them, or something like that. So they don't need any lift. They roll around like champions. They are very good at that. They just aren't very good at the actual stabilizing themselves anymore. So I'm guessing I need to expand my control surfaces just a tad. So that's a couple more ailerons, which will let them spin more reliably. I'm only using the docking platforms to recall them like this. I don't plan to use the docking that much. It's just that because I'm currently refitting them and trying to get them working properly. So it's like, yeah. Nose up, nose down, spin left, spin right. And a yaw only rudder. So let's put those on it. And then add a yaw only rudder to the back. Is that enough control surfaces for it? It's not like it needs lifts, really. And it can water start just fine. I'm just concerned that I'm adding drag as well, so it's like, What if I did it like this instead? Let them keep their narrow profile, like that. So it's a very dagger-like profile, that. Possibly. Which one was that? That was the one on this side. Because while it's great to have them tumbling out of control, it's not so great if I want them to stay near me. You know? Okay, yeah, that is much more control. Look at that. So much better. And as soon as it starts to try and tumble, it corrects itself and keeps on going. There we go. I think I've cracked it, actually. I think that's cracked it. That should stay with me. Now, I just need to test it by moving. Yep, it started to tumble, and then it corrected itself. So if I fly off now, will that confuse it? A sharp bank, and then it's... Bingo. Yeah, it's staying with me. Very determinedly. Now give it Dakar. The problem is if I do that, as I said, it becomes a much more important target for the enemy. As it is right now, most enemies will ignore it because it's really small and doesn't have any weapon systems. Because adding weapon systems makes AIs want to target the vehicle more. I mean, just having an AI makes them a target in the first place. As well as being having such a big heat engine on the back. So if I give it Dakar, then the enemy's going to try and shoot it out of the sky. Maybe just one of them. Okay, sure. First off, let's retrofit this guy to the V3. Look how happy and playful they are. Okay, right. Enough of that. Right. Let's take this one. Start building on it. Actually, I should redock it first. That way we don't risk making people motion sick. Let's snag that one. Right. And this one, as requested, will have weaponry installed. Right, AI. Local weapon controller, check. Right. It also needs an intra-vehicle transmitter, which I need to add to my I need to add to the main ship as well, because this will be dependent on that for tracking. Then it needs a new 2-axis turret, like that, which will have firing angle restricted. I think it's minimum azimuth, I think? No. It's mixed up because of how the vehicle's shaped. No, it's elevation. Whoops. No. It was me getting mixed up. Never mind. Set that to 0. So it can't angle upwards. It can only angle downwards. So that's that. Now, what am I going to put on this? That's the thing, because I need to be aware of its very serious limitations as an actual weapons platform. It might just be a case of put simple lasers in it if the turrets can track fast enough to keep a bead on the opponent. That might be all I can do to it. So, well, see that or autocannon. Let's put a simple laser on it. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, let's put 2. There we go. Right. Because if we did just regular cannons, that would cause some issues, wouldn't it? So, yeah. A couple of simple lasers. It needs an ammo block in there as well. So, it needs an ammo storage box somewhere. Go back to the primary craft. Resources, ammunition storage. There's a convenient space right here, because that's got a block there, so put it there. And then let's add a bit more aerodynamics to it as well, because of course it needs it. So there we go, it's a very different beast. And yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it, Damodoc. That's why I added 2, because they require 40 each, and an ammo box has 100, so one ammo box can keep this thing supplied and firing. So there we go. This is the armed pet. It's kind of weird. Let's see. Armed pet jet. Save the vehicle as the armed pet jet. Wait, before I do that, I almost forgot the most important thing. Where's the weapon controller? Here's the weapon controller. Maximum range needs to be set to 500. I said max to... There we go. Because, of course, laser can't go above 500. So, save the vehicle. Armed pet jet. Yep. And where's the aerial AI? I want you to fly around at cruising altitude of 75 meters. There we go. Right. There we go. That should be good to go. How much it will work and how long it'll survive, those are questions for another time. But you know, it's like. Oh, also there's an enemy there, so I can test it. So, undock the armed pet jet. Off goes our little kitten. I said undock it, darn it. Why do you defy me? Oh, because the other one's blocked onto it as well. There we go. Bye, little armed pet jet. What are you going to do? It's going to just start cruising around above me. Okay, good. But we have got an enemy to test this out on, so let us begin. It's times like this I'm glad I said I converted to RTG rather than keeping the steam engine installed because, well, I'd been burning resources just hovering around building this, so... Hi, Swarty, welcome to the stream. How's it going? What did I miss? Well, I've not died. There is that. And I was working on Legionnaire's landcraft at the start for like 15 minutes, asking questions about things. But the main thing you've missed is I've actually got a pair of companion drones flitting around. Like this. Yeah, that's noticed the enemy, so it's actually flying out ahead a little bit, I think. And now it's just turning back. Oh, wait, hang on. Whoops, almost forgot. They aren't going to hit a thing right now. What I need is, where's my AI core? Here's my AI core. Mr. AI core, I will give you a intra-vehicle transmitter. There we go. Now the drones have my detection system working for them too. Whew, almost forgot about that. So yeah, I'm in trying to well, actually they weren't meant to be armed. Oh, hello. It's little aircraft. Yeah, there's the problem right there. That's why I was thinking missiles, because it's because of how the thing just turns all over the place. As you can see, it's just like waving the lasers all over the place because they're not following the way the craft is moving. So yeah, it's because of how the craft tries to roll before it turns. Might need a bit more tuning that. But yeah, they were supposed to be just companion vehicles that follow me around and try to help enemy vehicles spawn more often, because stuff just hasn't been spawning very much for the most part. So you know, little things. So yeah, they weren't meant to be armed. They were just meant to fly with me and try to provoke the game to give me more things to shoot at. And the chat wouldn't leave it alone. Basically, they kept saying add weapons to them, add bombs, add something that does nasty things. So basically, I gave in and I've refitted one of the guys with a laser. So yeah. Well, the thing is, rolling is very good if you have a vehicle that doesn't mind it. Oh look, the armed pet jet's damaged. Don't know how that happened. Let's build on it. Right. Not sure why you're damaged, but I've not got repair facilities installed. Lowering the aiming solutions for the drone AIs. Well, another part of the problem is sort of the fact is that well, you got to remember these are really small, really fast. So I mean, you can see how it's flying around right now. It's just rolling all over the darn place, and that's what I'm here to correct. So where's the AI roll card? Most extreme turn 0. Angle deviation max. Full turn starts. And even now, it's still wobbling all over the place. So it's like, yeah, probably laser. Well, Shortest Viking, I actually installed firing restrictions, so literally the laser can't fire upwards from where it's mounted, so it can't actually hit any of the other blocks on the aircraft itself. So I'm not sure how it hit itself. And it's not so much lacking in aim, it's actually the fact that the turret can't twist fast enough to compensate for the movement of the vehicle it's mounted on. Just add stabilizer thrusters. Yeah, I think it does need it. Jet stabilizers. And that's made it even worse. Right. Yeah, that's just wavering even more now. That didn't help. I did say these things aren't meant... I did say these things weren't meant to be armed in the first place, at least not with turrets. The best I can do is... yeah, there's really only one thing I can do, isn't there? Actually. See, that's the local weapon controller, that's the power plant. That's all fine and dandy. No, any kind of bomb system is not going to work either, because, again, it's just going to kick out the shell at random because of how it's trying to turn. Same problem there with that. So I think that all I can really do is give it self-guided missiles, and just put up with that. Well, it didn't like me taking the wings out, did it? Right, okay. Fine, you win, little craft. Have wings. Well, so much for that. I took the wings out and then it slammed into the side of its mothership, so... Oh, jeez. I don't know what APN guidance is, though. But, yeah, that was just... splat, basically. Scratch one drone. Oh dear. New object, new vehicle. Okay, right. Let's see if I can do this properly this time. Retrofit you to the armed pet jet. Yeah, it's like, hey, look at me! Bang! So... that new one is here. The Mighty Dirtfin is, of course, the leader. While you are meant to be a drone. How I want to build on you. Yeah. Something nasty just spawned, by the way. Oh, pretty close, actually, too, because it's getting shot at. Hang on. My autocannons are finding that they've got the range to deal with it. But yeah, that was funny, though. I took out the wings because I was putting blocks into it, and then just drove straight into the side of the main ship. So it's like, yay! It wanted to come home. I got confirmed you as a sub vehicle. Select you on, so dock you in. Yeah, I remember that beeline drone. Yeah. Let's get over here. Actually, I've got enough resources for a 200mm Gatling. That would be a spoiler to put it in because I built it as a main weapon for Toba. But I built a 200mm Gatling cannon for anti-surface combat. Also, that thing is firing shells. I can see it in the distance. So let's turn slightly. So, what do you guys think? Should I install it on this thing? Do I need heavy anti-surface firepower that costs 5,500 to put in? Well, 6,000 because I need to build the ammo for it. No, I don't. No, it's only 5,500. Oh, there's another enemy as well. Ooh, there's lots of explosions. Why not? Yeah, it's good to have like a ship with weaponry, isn't it? The thing is, I'm charging towards something I don't even know what it is, so it's like... And I can't see because of the fog as well. Oh jeez, whatever it is, it's firing pretty quick. Ooh. I do believe it's got high eggshells. What are you? Onyx Watch, I think. Yeah, I think that's Onyx Watch. It knocks off one of my anti-missile guns. You missed the battleship grade cannons from. Whoa! It's got some kind of. Oh, it's got an advanced cannon on there. Oh dear. Right, back up, back up. And get the shields into place. Oh jeez. There we go. Freaking advanced cannon. Actually, Swarty, it's a self-contained, fully armoured turret, so that it wouldn't need hiding anywhere. Well, that works, I suppose. Sure, little armoured pet jet, lay into it. Help me out. That's absolutely fine. Oh wait, it's not actually told to share resources yet. Yeah, it's a 200mm Gatling cannon, which is entirely plug and play, and actually has its own ammo contained on the turret as well. So you don't even need to build a separate ammo configuration set. It's already got it built in. There we go. Oh, it doesn't contain its own ammo supply. It doesn't contain its own ammo supply. I should point that out. It's still dependent on the host craft for its ammo. It's the ammo configuration thing that's contained on the turret itself, so you don't need to add that to the ship. But the actual, yeah, I'll supply the ammo for the actual bullets. Yeah, it's got its own customizer built into it. Yeah, it just needs to load raw ammo from my ship and that's it. So where's my other craft gone? It shouldn't be following me, shouldn't it? That's a Grendel apparently as well. Right, where's my other ship? It's over here somewhere. What are you doing there? Oh. Oh. I see. It needs rescuing. Okay. Right. Which one is it? It is this one. Right. No, no, it's not. It's this one. They don't have any real stamina of their own. I must admit that. Yeah, it depends on the size of the turret, really, doesn't it? Okay, there we go. Finally, it's dead. You're right. I didn't realise my other pet jet had run out of power, so they do have power supply issues. Now, how much is that Grendel going to give me? I think that's the key question, isn't it? $3,700. Nice. Okay. Nice. Very nice. Okay, I'm thinking of strapping it into under here actually, the thing, because it's got its own AI link as well, of course. So stuff like that. Let's take out this here since I've not built a camera for it. let's put it under here. Wait, what? When did I say what was crazy? Oh, the pet jet with lasers. Yes, it is crazy. That pet jet itself is crazy. So, place prefab. No, sub-objects. 200mm anti-surface Gatling cannon. 5,533.5 resources. Yeah, so I think you can see what this thing is like. Oh yeah, it's also fully recoil stabilized, by the way, too. Let's put it there. So there we go. Nasty thing. And as you can see, it's fully sloped on the armor. It's got built-in AI tracking and all that jazz too. So it's got everything it needs, but it's entirely a bolt-on turret, yes. Also, my autocannons decided something was worth shooting at over that way, apparently. So, however, with how it's mounted, I need to configure it just to fire at things below me. Here we go. Right. Where is the ammo? Sorry, the local weapon controller. It is somewhere at the front. Here we go. Local weapon. Not connected to mainframe. Switch to channel 1. Sorted. Set channel 1. Yes. That's all absolutely fine. Oh, it's already decided it wants to shoot some things. Fair enough. I'll just let it go. Let it do that for the while. Wait, what's exposed? Yeah, that's because it's meant to have a bigger, flatter section to be mounted on. That's why you can see things in it from the top. Oh, you're leaving? Okay, then Slaughter. See you later. But yeah, the thing's not even loaded because I don't have the ammo supply to actually even stock it yet, so that's not helping. So yeah, that's why it's going really slowly at the moment. I just don't have the ammo reserves. Yeah, the bottom is exposed because it's meant to be on a ship deck. It's not meant to be on a spindly little flyer like this. And it's dead. Okay. Easy peasy. My two jets were both docked, so that... There we go. Right. Explosions go around armor and stuff like that. Yeah. That's why it's so heavily angled, Viking, because this thing is meant to be facing on a ship deck, so it's meant to deflect shells all over the place, that kind of thing. So it's meant to try and bounce the shells away, rather than absorb incoming massive explosions and things like that. But as I said, it's also meant to be part of a ship's deck plating, rather than like strapped on the bottom of a really thin airship. It's not meant to be mounted like this. It was never built to be like this. Oh, jeez. Yeah, see you later then, Jason. So yeah, it turns its angled nose towards whatever it's shooting at, and that's how it works. Great, I just need to add some more downslopes to it now. Like this. I can't believe I've still got this cargo exposed underneath me. I've only just noticed. Also, I think something big just spawned. How thick is the armour? On the turret itself, the sides are like 1 meter thick, but it's all angled. The front and top are 2 meters thick, so it's double thickness metal on it. But that also gives it space to integrate shielding as well if I want to. Anyway, yeah, I was going to modify these pet designs, wasn't I? Though that said, something wicked this way comes. Actually, Shorty's Viking, it is very different because, as you saw, the inner workings were exposed on this really thin mounting there until I reworked it to hide them. So there is a massive difference based on how much of the delicate turret mechanisms might get revealed to incoming fire. I'm just increasing the thickness of the armouring on here because of course it needs it. Okay. So go, that's 2 fully included ammo pods. But yeah, the complaint people were having was just flat out how much of it was exposed and how you could see the internal ammo workings and things like that. But as I pointed out, that's not how it's meant to be. Also, have you noticed it's a railgun as well? Just one of those little curios about it. There's an enemy over that way, I think, so let's turn. But it's meant to be facing straight into incoming shell fire and just bouncing it away. There we go. Right, let's get onto those support ships. Right, the pet and the armed pet actually both need bigger batteries on them. Yep. Well, the thing is, it's actually got fully functioning railgun, and the railgun aspect of it keeps up with the rest of the weapon system too. So it's one of those little things about it. There we go, much bigger battery on that. No, it's I'm not sure where it is actually, but I think it's behind me. I think I'm sitting further forward. Okay, save that vehicle as the Pet Jet Mark IV because I've expanded its ammo capacity. Sorry, not ammo, energy capacity. So it should not ditch in the ocean anything like as easily now. In theory. Pet Jet, yes. Undock Pet Jet, yes. Off it goes. That should be nice and happy. Yep, seems to be enjoying itself. Okay. Yeah, the turret is mounted like back here. I am around here, so I'm somewhere above the cannon's barrel actually. Down with the sword covered by the. Oh, darn it! You're right. Hang on. Pet jets. Let me build on you for a second. No, wrong one. Drone vehicle. Build on you. I undocked the wrong one. There we go. Very different. Right. I'm feeding it sabot rounds actually, so it fires sabots, very high accuracy sabots. Very dangerous against unshielded opponents. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was saving it. Save vehicle, override, yes, you are a pet jet. So save you. Yeah, let's cut it loose. Let's let it be free. It's all bright red up there, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, If it was high X rounds, that would be really, really nasty if they went up, but it's not. Turn you off. You're the armed pet jet, so turn you on. Come back, please, armed pet jet. I need to refit you. This entire one has been about making drones, basically. Right, where's the other pet jet? Here it comes. Right. Tried the new hollow point? No. I've not really tried it. I've just been building around how I want the craft to... sorry, not the craft, the shell. How I want the shell to perform, basically. Okay, so take off the laser turret. Goodbye, lasers. Remount this one down, like that. Include expanded battery reserve. Don't take the wings out this time, because that was just silly how it slammed straight into the side of my ship like that. Include an extra ammo reserve in the nose. Add that. Actually, I can move this slightly forward, so let's do that. And fit in another ammo box there. Okay, so this is like that. Unfortunately, it's really dark, so I'm struggling to see right now. The thing is, the rail assist... The rail assist on my 200mm Gatling is actually purely an accuracy buff to let it get away with a shorter barrel. So it's purely built to try and keep that in mind. Intravehicle not connected. Why are you not connected? You're plugged in directly. Oh, never mind. Whatever. But yeah, I'll have a look at the actual cannon and give you the stats on its shells in a moment, once I've got a missile system installed. So, yeah. That's the LCW, so this is where the missile goes. Like that. Missile connector. Then a pair of launch pads, like this. Gantries. There we go. So that's just adding that to that. I wish there was a more slim design for that, but there isn't. So also it needs friend or foe to IFF setting. There we go. So there we go. That's a basic missile system installed. And what I want is ejector elevation minus 90, ejector elevation minus 90. Let's see. Give me where the fins? There's the fins. Fins. Variable thruster, set it to 800 with a long ramp, 10-second ramp. Yeah, it's got intra-vehicle installed, so that's fine. Then fuel. Sorry, one turn fuel. Actually, I should just make this short range. Yeah, let's make it short range. Explosive, infrared seeker. Make that a radar guided seeker, so it's a bit more reliable. Active radar. One turn, fuel. Right, there we go. That should work. It'll work with about 500 meters, so it's a very short range missile. Local weapon. Oh, I see what I've done to it. Whoops. Okay. Stupid me. Right. That needs to go there. Because I've got the intra-vehicle transmitters connected to the local weapon controller, not the AI. So, whoops. No wonder it wasn't happy. There we go. Right. So that is now the new armed thing. So that will carry. It carries a pair of really small missiles and enough ammo to reload them. Though it depends on getting that ammo from somewhere else. So of course it depends on the mothership to supply it. And there we go. Armed pet jet is now done. My craft has wandered off. Where am I? Here we go. Right. So that pet jet should be good. I just need to undock it. Okay. Well, that was the heck just happened? My drone just spontaneously combusted, I think. Yeah, it's dead. I don't know what happened to that. And Sporty, intra-vehicle transmitter goes both ways. You need one at each end, and the two vehicles share the information. The thing is, Dummerdoc, I don't think it hit me. It just went bang. I mean, my vehicle didn't really take any damage, so it's like, what happened? I have no idea. What happened? Right, let's lightning hit. I don't think that's a thing, unfortunately. B, retrofit you to a armed pet jet. Luckily I just saved, of course, so... Let's get the docking and things configured.
Listening.
Might have tried to launch the missiles, but they would just be kicked away very easily, so it wouldn't have done that either. So, yeah. Armed pet jets, select you. You are now my drone. Now you're my drone. There we go. Yes, you are armed pet jet, not vehicle. I don't know why it says... Yes, I only had one docked. The other one was just flying around by itself, so it's like, yeah. Svarty, I thought you needed one on both sides. Does it really work with only one? Because I thought they had to have one at each end, because otherwise they weren't linked, or something like that. Anyway, let's get... There we go. That should be fine. Oh, except for the fact it can't actually steer itself anymore. It's got too much... Oh! Whoops. Of course I did. It's too big now for its... Oh, hello, we've got an enemy. It's too big for its... Yeah, but it's just too big. And my massive cannon just tore whatever that was apart. What even was that? I can't see. There was something over that way. Yeah, this 200mm Gatling is... Well, you can see how quite quick it's firing. It racks up damage incredibly quick. So... unfortunately, I don't think you're doing very much to it. So I think whatever it is that's approaching is shielded. Because of course it's a Sabo 200mm, so it's like... yeah. Oh, hello. You're up there, aren't you? Raise! Lift up. Yeah, it's got shielding. That's why the cannon wasn't doing much to it. It's because it's shielded. And the moment that something got past the shielding, look what happened to it. The 200mm just absolutely ventilated it. Oh, jeez. So 1,000. I know there's more resources out here somewhere because I killed something else after all. There it is. Oh, it's 136. No wonder it died so fast. But yeah, I didn't upgrade my RTGs to factor in the fact that, and the PID almost let me smash into the ocean once more. I didn't upgrade my RTG system to take into account the fact that I've got this Gorse Gatling cannon. But anyway, yeah, I've not shown you the ammunition or anything about it. I've been trying to get the armed pet jet even working, so it's like. Actually, that was pretty continuous. All I need now is more RTGs, and I can actually afford to add them too. Some more RTGs would fix that, but per shot, that railgun is actually not very demanding. It's like... actually, I don't know what it's drawing right now that I think about it. But the railgun was built... Well, actually, Lollard, they are to try and make enemies spawn more often. They seem to be having some success in that regard. But anyway, let's go and show you the turret. Here we go, the big one. Under here. Needs light, because I can't see a thing. The armed pet jet is just because people in chat were insisting. So, yeah, that's the pure reason for that. Here's the ammo customization thing. Set it to 200. Right, so this is what it's doing. It's, as you can see, it's a Sabo, some super cavitation base, so it's actually built to take on submerged targets as well, without any real loss in power. So that's why it's an anti-surface autocannon. And then it's 2 gunpowder cases, so it's a really short shell, in effect, for a 200mm cannon. But every shot is 20.8 armor piercing, 2,000 raw kinetic, so it'll knock out a metal beam on impact without any issue, unless it's got reinforced armor behind it or something. But it will basically hit anything lighter than that. It'll just punch straight through and do more damage. So this thing is especially good against lighter hulled opponents, but it still possesses a lot of punch against heavier armor as well. The only drawback is shields, because it's a fair velocity shell, 466, so it's okay in that. 3.9 kilometer range on it, so that's what that does. I need to double check the railgun though, because since I imported it from a different test craft, of course, it's going to be slightly, its settings are going to be messed up. Yeah, well, a single shell will knock out a metal beam, and then we'll do a little bit of damage to another metal beam after that, but if it's other things, it'll knock straight through. So yeah, it's actually not a bad 200mm Sabo shell. But the cannon fires at 225 RPM, and the railgun, of course, it fires without only partially charged. But this thing was trying to take, yeah, this thing takes 400 odd energy per shot. That's actually higher than it should be, because this craft has more. So Let's drop it down slightly. It's only meant to take like 250 odd, so there we go. It's supposed to be matched because it's really a very, very bad railgun. And I will not, Sporty, because remember this is low powered, and it's actually and the shell is decent in itself. And the way I built this thing, and that's why it's got such a weak railgun, is because the railgun is purely accuracy buff. So everything, every scrap of energy is going straight into the accuracy bonus. So that's why this relatively short barrel 200mm Gatling has a shell accuracy of 0.178 now. It was firing at 0.12 earlier, or trying to. So yeah, it's just flat out give it more accuracy on that railgun. That's all it's meant to do. Main gun is set to 2 degrees. Corrected, thank you. Let's double check on the turret actually as well. Where's the turret? Turret. Here's the turret. Yeah, the turret was set to 0.1. But yeah, it doesn't. It's basically meant to be really accurate despite only having a relatively short barrel. Yeah, there we go. Right. Now, honestly, it wasn't hurting it because it fires at like 225 rounds per minute anyway. And that's, remember, this is a 200mm cannon that's doing that. So yeah, that's what this thing does. Shortest Viking, yeah, 20 AP, and it's not 2.5. It's I think it's 2.1. Where's the customizer? The customizer is buried in here. Here it is. 2.1. Yeah. 2,100 damage raw. It does do 31,300 recoil when it fires, but it is fully recoil compensated. I mean, it's got a lot of recoil compensation built into it, so it can keep firing full auto and it'll never rock your ship back at all, because it just absorbs every last shot it can fire. So yeah, fully recoil compensated on that. They've got the concept of the railgun. What? Yeah, it doesn't need to be super fast, and you got to remember the bigger the speed, the more you've got to feed it to. Diminishing returns. That's the word I was looking for. But in this case, I've got only like 200 energy per shot, and that's cutting the inaccuracy of the cannon in half. So it's just better at hitting things. It doesn't do more damage. It's just plain out accuracy. You have 125mm saber that does 25 AP and 2.1k damage. Yep, okay, sure. What are the other stats on it though? How long is it? How much ammo does it cost? Things like that. Because you can say that, but there's all sorts of different stats involved in the shell as well. But I built and tuned this gun just for this 200mm. So, yeah. There's no way to compare it unless I actually see the other thing. So that said though, my custom is to test fire all weaponry against marauders, and this 200mm cores out a marauder in like seconds flat if it's firing from the sides. It's like hello marauder, splat, marauder's dead, done like 100,000 damage really quickly. Yeah, there you go, full 1,000mm long, so yeah, it's a very long shell. So this 200mm may be thicker, but it's built along different lines for the most part. There's my other jet flying around up there. Excellente. I need to work out why the pet jet's having such trouble, the armed one. It's just the extra drag, really. Oh, I know what it is. It's because of how the jets are arranged. Doi. Right. Yeah, it's because of how the jets are arranged. That's why it was having so much trouble. Oh, you're getting a shell as well, Swarty? Okay. There it goes. That now has a total of 5. Readjusted its positioning slightly, so that should get back in the air now. I think. And the main difference really is ammo costs and ammo reload times. No. Reload time is tied to the gauge. Ammo cost is tied to the length and the gauge. And there's also the time to pass ammo from your ship stores to the ammo inserters. So I think that one's affected by how long the shell is, if I remember correctly. So there's all sorts of things. Ooh, enemy. Right. Let's release the pet jet and see if it can actually fly this time. Well, no explosion. That's good. Where's it gone? It sounds like a lot of that 40 is actually sheer velocity. And the pet jet's just flying into the ocean. Right. You are being troublesome, aren't you, good sir? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Who's a troublesome little boy? Also, I'm out of materials. For some reason. Why am I out of materials? Oh, well, that just means I've got to go and murder something. So, let's go and do that. But yeah, 100mm, 125mm that do 2.1k damage is really easy to do. You just need to increase the shell velocity and that will usually do it. I think I need to dock the pet jet that's armed again. Just come along with me, please. Armed pet jet on, grabbed, off we go. Forwards! I mean, I think there's a craft I made like last month or something that I think is 120mm and it did like 3,500 damage with an AP of like what was it? 15, I think it was. So yeah, it's entirely doable. Okay, incoming cram shells, right. And it's dead. I dished out... While approaching that thing, I dished out something like 180,000 damage to it. So, yeah. My 200mm Gatling. And that gave me 1,100 resources. Okay, not too bad. Right. Now, where are my pet jets? Here, pet jets, pet jets. I can't see a damn thing. Cost 31.6. Hang on. Let me get back to my cannon. Oops, I went past it. There we go. Right, my cannon. Here we go. APS. Right. 125mm, 1,000 meters shell, millimeter shell. 659 meters per second, so that's about 50% greater velocity. 31 cost versus 40, so mine costs about a third more. Uh, 2,100 kinetic, yep. 31 AP, yep. 5.54 reloads. Yep. Okay, that shell is better than mine, flat out. Yep, that shell is better than mine flat out. Congrats, shortest Viking. You have made me despair in my Gatling cannon. Right. My poor Gatling cannon. I was so happy with this thing, and now you've shown me a shell that bests it in every way. Even damage. Darn it. I'm all sad now. I'm just feeling very sad now. My poor ship. My poor cannon. Do you know what the worst thing is? I've not actually recorded Toba yet, so I've not recorded the Toba episode, the next Toba episode, because of how the schedule's gone this week. So I've not actually installed this 200mm Gatling yet, and now I don't think I'm going to, because that's just flat out a better shell. Oh, damn it. Right, now what can I do to fix you? I've got some resources, so that means I can get more altitude controlled jets installed. I'll include that. Yeah, they are very easily countered by shields, especially high velocity shells. So actually that's the sole redeeming feature of my 200mm versus your 125. Mine isn't as affected by shields. So yeah, my 200mm can punch through shields more easily. Apart from that though, yours is just flat out better. That makes me feel a little bit better that I've actually got something mine's shells are better at, but yeah, oops. Come back here please. You're still very, very faulty. Also, it would help if I was using mirror mode, wouldn't it? Right. I honestly don't know what to say anymore. Oh well. See, pet jets, turn you off. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I think maybe if I just took off that and put the engine down there. Sabo can do things to a shield. And the higher the velocity, the more they bounce, but there is still a chance they can get through. Shields are not absolute, but if the shell's a bit slower, it has more chance of breaking through a shield because the shield might not affect it. Where's he gone? Hopefully not in the... Oh, there he is. And he's still going perfectly in the water. Right. Come back here, please, armed pet jet. You are very, very irritating. Because you will not work, basically. Why are you no worky? Also, why is my other pet jet all the way over there? I think I've lost one of my pet jets again. Damn it. I think I'm going to give up on this armoured pet jet. I'm just not good enough with aircraft right now, basically. Especially if pet jets are meant to be small, so it's like, I said the whole distance to 45. That sounds like a good idea. And set the hold azimuth, no, the hold elevation to like 45 as well. No, minus 45. There we go. Wait. Retrofit you to just a pet jet because I don't want to mess around with you anymore. There we go. Which means, of course, you've lost that, so grab you again. There we go. Need to make sure you're taken as a sub-vehicle. Yes, you are. You are not, of course, because the retrofit knocked you out of that.
Listening.
There we go.
Listening.
Where is my other pet jet? Oh, here it comes, finally. Right. So that's the other one, right. Oh, I didn't save the 18mm Gatling. Oh well. Right, let's get these things sorted. There we go. Okay, so I've got 2 pet jets installed now. Group 1 take everything, Group 1 take everything, Group 1 absolutely fine. So there's no reason why they should be running out like that. I think. Let's turn off the shields. And let's just release the jets. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, there. Let me back in the seat. Here we go. Right, grab that. Build that. Release this. Release the hounds. There we go. Sorted. Right. Let's be honest, I've not really had anything for these anti-missile cannons to do, so since I'm not feeling very proud or happy about things, let's just take these guys off. Goodbye 18mm, you will not be missed. maybe I'll rework them in later, but yeah. There we go. Okay, do that. One pet jet, 2 pet jets accounted for. Okay. Problem is that now we've got nothing spawning again. Also, I've just realised how long I've been streaming as well. So, well, as we do. As we do. Oh, there's something over there. Okay, let's go kill it. Off we go to kill it. Use game mechanics. Multiple auto legs together. Legionnaire shortest Viking only has a T because that's the default Google thing. It means that they've not selected their own one. So yeah, it picks a letter based on your name and just puts it up on a coloured background if you've not told it you want to have a certain picture. Also, I'm flying into fog again. This is not good. Yay. Oh, my cannons finally woke up. Okay. And it's a bloody day! Huzzah! The blood is here. And it's already exploded. Okay, sure. There's suddenly a lot of enemies now, again. Press N. I really want to get more batteries installed. Oh, I see a targeting laser. Something's not happy with me. There we go, a bunch of extra battery charges. Good. Have they caught up? My 2 little guys are still flying towards me. They aren't much faster than me, but they just don't like to do things sometimes. You know what? I'm going to reinstall those AMS turrets. Sure, why not? Apparently, I only knocked one of them off anyway. So, yeah, let's reload one of those. Load my 18mm AMS turret. Maybe we'll get to see it in action yet. That's a scary thought. It's some enemy with a laser-guided missile launcher. But I don't know what it's coming from, basically. So, you know, it's something. It's something. Load top object. Give me the 18mm AMS. Something's been noticed. Oh, look, there's suddenly lots of enemies around the place. Wow. I'm still waiting for my 2 supporting ships to get over here. I need to tell where they are right now. Okay, one thing dead. Where am I supporting from? It says they're over there somewhere. I suspect my 2 support craft have ditched in the ocean again. Yeah, I think they've ditched in the ocean. I'm gonna kill you as soon as my autocannon reloads itself. And I really do think my 2 support craft have ditched at this point. Because there's no other reason why they wouldn't have caught up with me. Ow. Yeah, that guy knocked out one of my ammo pods, so it's kind of... yeah. On the other hand, though, I am surviving him quite nicely, apart from that. Come on. You can die any time now, please. What are they even shooting at him? I don't even know. Yeah, they're loving shooting at my ammo pods. There we go. Oh, finally, it's dead. Right. Now, maybe I can find out now what the heck happened to my my little pets. Because I don't know where they've gone. I'm hoping you give me some good scrap, buddy, because you did a bit of damage. Nearly 3,500. That's nice. Okay. So there's an enemy over there. Knocked out one of my anti-missile turrets. Okay. Now the question is, where are my support ships? Where are my little pets? Where are they gone? They are somewhere almost directly south of me. So... oh yeah, here they are. Of course they are. Yeah, they've ditched themselves in the ocean. Which ones do you mean, Sporty? I also really do need an ACB to toggle these. Where is it? Over here. Right, here we go. I really do need an ACB to recall. There we go. Come on. Come back to me, little thing, since you've run out of power. Ish. But CIWS, well, if I press C, what? Oh, that is very nice. Yes, thank you. Thanks for it. I didn't know about that one. Anyway, CIWS, we've got 2 sets of side-mounted stuff. We've got dual autocannon turrets at the front, and at the back I've got anti-missile turrets. which are just meant to shoot down incoming missiles and things like that. So yeah, and I don't know if that's what you mean by CIWS, but if I remember correctly, that's what American ships call it, isn't it? CIWS? Close-in weapon systems? Let's see what's over here, since it is an enemy after all. Yeah, they are. It's like they're like real-world ones. They are purely ballistic. Yeah, it's rather than the usual style, which people like to go for flax. I've built some which are 18mm rapid-fire Gatlings, and they can knock out incoming missiles. I mean, they've got over 900 rounds. They've got over 900 rounds per minute, and they can intercept incoming missiles and blow them to pieces. So yeah, it does work. The only problem is you've got to actually hit the missile with the shell, rather than get nearby. Yeah, purely kinetic. Because 18mm, it's just flat out not worth it to put flak in because it's incredibly small, incredibly low damage. So instead I've got 18mm rapid fire shells in those things, which do about 10 AP and 90 kinetic damage on impact. So a big missile will take a couple of hits, but small missiles can get sharded in a single strike. And then that's where the pure rate of fire takes over. So yeah, they can shoot down incoming missiles, and I tested them against incoming missiles as well. So it does work. It really does work. I've also got an 18mm shell, which what was it? Can do something around 900 damage. But yeah, the thing is with anti-missile shells, people just want proximity detonation, like hit it with something air bursting and stuff like that. Okay, they're here, right. Release the docks, off they go. Oh, are you going there, Legionnaire? Okay, then see you later then. And once again, I'm drifting out of the circle. Yay. How much I've got? 3,000 odd. I should install... Yeah, let's install it. Let's see. Load a sub-object. Give me the 18... No, I need a prefab. Place a prefab. 18mm frag shells. Right. Da-da-da-da. Where am I going to put this thing? I think underneath here is probably the best bet. Right. Don't exactly have space for something like this, I must admit. Not without taking out the back first. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Hopefully it's not messed up anything. Nope, that was all full. Okay, right. Let's take out the back central engine. Like that. Then let's add in another... Let's load that object in. Sorry, place the prefab. 18mm frag shells. Which is absolutely freaking ridiculous, by the way. There we go. Massively long frag shells. Yeah, it's a massive custom, and that's because I built it, as I said, around. Oops, that one's off center. Right, there we go. But yeah, this is a inertial fuse frag 18mm. I'm just reinforcing it so that it doesn't get killed, basically. Because exposed ammo customizer enemies tend to like to shoot the things, you know? So it's kind of strange like that. Anyway, this thing is, as I said, 18mm. Oh, I've wandered out the research zone again. Let's back myself up and get back into that. There we go. Right. Now then, 18mm. This thing is AP 1.5, 85 kinetic, reloads new ammo 1.6, barrel cooldown of 1.07 seconds, reloads every 0.79 seconds, but its strength is just flat out in the frags. So it's 22 fragments, 44 damage each. So that's 880 raw damage per shell that fires off. And for an 18mm advanced cannon, that's pretty high. So it's not too bad. Its other main drawback is, of course, range up to 1 kilometer, basically. But then it's also got that inertial fuse as well, which keeps it from if it strikes a shield, it'll detonate and still try to punch through it. So yeah, that kind of thing. Let's add new sub-orbit. I don't actually have a turret saved for this, so I need to adjust it slightly. Put one there. A couple of blocks like that. Advanced cannon, firing piece, mantle, give me a 3 meter. Barrel, 4 evac, 4 meter barrel. Set you to max ramp, like that. The thing of it is, though, this thing is actually built around a single autoloader as well, so I don't need anything major for it. I can just slap in a belt fed, like this, and a single belt fed can keep up with it because of how quickly it can load. So yeah, just add the ammo input feeds. That. Might as well just add some cooling on top of it, like that, and then add some recoil compensation, of course, because it's still firing something, so it still needs a bit of recoil compensation. So there we go. AI, local weapon controller, click, maximum range set to 1, no, come on, 1, 0, 0, 0. So up to 1 kilometer range. And then of course it needs a fail-safe. Let's put that there actually. And a wireless. Just to make sure that it can actually detect things. So there we go. This thing is ridiculous in its rate of fire, basically, because that's just how it's built. It's got some kind of serious inaccuracy going on, but let's actually show this to you in the test firing. Let's actually grab this one so to find it. Here we go. You are Group 1, so I can select you just with Group 1 and show you guys how this thing works out. So, put this in, grab it, and then no, it. Oh, I forgot. It actually needs 2, not 1. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, it actually needs 2 loaders, not 1. Let's see. Put that one back in there. I swear I will remember these things eventually, but you know. Not right now. Not right now. No. There we go. Load in the frags again. Set it down to 10-second belt loading. So there you go. It's kind of quick on the reload, but it's firing really cheap shells. So you know, it doesn't drain my ammo. It's just sipping at my ammo basically to load this thing. But that should load 258, 259 shells or something like that. Down slope. There we go. So again, really big, really exposed kind of thing. Take off those direct inputs. All that's going to do is throw it out of alignment slightly as it goes. But yeah, here we go. Oh, increased complexity, I see. No, autoloaders are still working the same, even without those. Because, looking at the stats, it's not changed it. Yeah, it's still 1.19. Still 1.19. It's as I thought. They don't count because they aren't actually autoloaders themselves. It's they're just inputs. They're not autoloaders. So yeah, no increased complexity. Anyway, let's actually let's take this off. Put that there. And save this subobject. Hi owner, welcome to the stream. 18mm frag Gatling. Okay, so save this to it. Again, it's really simple, but yeah, no. More DACA is always good DACA, basically. Actually afford another one? Unfortunately, no, they're 760 per. Oh. Only goes a kilometre. So yeah, very short range, really. But the other cannons on the ship are much better. Oh, I should take that underside one off because it gets in the way of the 200mm. There we go. No, Swarty, these 18mm frags go up to a full kilometre, so 1,000 metres. There we go, that's stable again. Huzzah. Okay, moving forwards. Right. Over 3 hours now. Let's see. What's the Rambot? What's the Rambot? Ooh, that's not working right. Okay, my PID seems to be getting a tad confused. What's going on? Oh, my avatar's name is Rambot. Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. That stabilised it somewhat. Kind of strange that, but okay. Let's see. There we go. Right. Good. It's not flipping itself over now because of the drag by those extra turrets. Oh, it didn't. It wasn't too happy with those. Hey, Phobos, welcome to the stream. Yeah, there used to be an alternative avatar. Wait, why is it saying the enemy's over this way? What? Where is he then? Is it? Oh, it's a submarine, isn't it? Help if I could actually see anything. Apparently there's a resource circle ahead of me, I didn't even know. So... Aha! No, wait, no. Oh, and now it's not time. Ugh, right. I can't see a darn thing. So there's a resource zone right over there. So I guess I should move to that.
Form up and fly with fleet. Form up and fly with fleet. Form up and fly with fleet. Listening.
Move over there, please. Okay, it's daytime. Right, where is this enemy? Where is this enemy? Where is this enemy? I want to know. I want to shoot it. somewhere behind me, apparently. Somewhere over here. No, that's a resource zone. Ah, here we go. A baby paddle? Wait, what? What? Huh. Okay, that's kind of weird. Hmm. Oh wait, there's multiple enemies. That's why. Oh, hello. There's incoming missiles. And I don't know where those were going. What the heck's going on? Oh, there's something behind me. Oh, I see. I think I need to turn that off. Bring it around. Hello there, enemy. Oh, there goes the shorter range Gatlings. Do I have enough Daka? Maybe. Oh, and it's straight in the trigger. Okay, that one's dead. There's incoming missiles from over there. I guess let's move this way then. Especially since both of my pets seem to be around here somewhere as well. Oh, I think I found the. I'm at the invisible enemy again. Yeah, it's somewhere beneath me, I think, or above me. I'm not sure which. Oh. Hello. There he is. That's the guy I was just flying past and unable to do anything with. So... Okay, I need a sonar. I'm going to find him. So, right, sonar. Miss... I need an AI segment. I need a... What was it? Detection gear. Sonar holder. Do. Sonar buoy and a regulator. Right. And an ACB. Come on, there we go, ACB. Weapon systems within like 2 blocks. Fire test. There we go, that should let my system actually find that thing. There we go, it's found it. And as you can see, the 200mm are built to do okay underwater, so they are reaching it just fine. You will die. You know that, right, little tadpole? But admittedly, that is a very small thing. Hmm. Kind of cute, really. You can't look at all of it. Playing with tiny drones for... Yeah, I've been playing with tiny drones for basically the entire thing. Why don't I have horizontal and vertical missile prefabs? I don't know, I just slap together missiles whenever I need them, you know? Yeah, there we go. The 200mm is doing fine. Actually, the 18mm is almost reaching it as well. Or is that the 100? No. There we go. That poor little sub is dead. Yeah, it is a very cute little ship, but it's... I got 98 material from it. Okay. My two little guys are doing all right. Let's see, where are they?
Moving out.
I want you to be over there, please. I want you to be over there, please. Since you're in fleet move. Stay close to the mothership. If that would be absolutely okay. Yeah, I know, but I don't have any cram systems installed, so, you know. So, yeah. Where am I even shelling right now? Somewhere over this way, I think. But I think the fog's messing up with my range detection quite badly. Either I only set one of the short-range Gatlings to fire at a kilometre. That said, I've got a laser coming in, so let's turn on the anti-laser shielding. Yeah, it's very different, this very thin kind of thing. It's like, oh, all the weapons are now opening fire. What are they even shooting at? I don't know. So there's many, many bullets, so can't complain about that, can we? Oh, whatever that is, it's kind of dying. Yeah, that's kind of dead. Oh, there's the laser. There's the vehicle that's using the laser. Well, it was until the 18mm frags caught up with it. And there's something else coming as well. Oh dear. Okay, you're going for sleep. Okay then, Swarty. See you later then. Have a good night. I think I'm going to end stream soon actually, because this has gone over 3 hours already. What are you shooting at? Oh, it's over there and it's 2 damaged. Okay. This fog. Oh, that was a baby paddle gun. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually finding a bunch of enemies right now. Yeah, the thing is the Phobos, if it's yeah, the thing is the Phobos, it's a case of this very open style is just flat out not used much because, as you said, fit more stuff into it. So that's kind of what's distinguishing this ship from many other craft, though I must admit I have not got anything like the upgrade path I was thinking of at the start of the stream done in the stream. So yeah. That was apparently a thing. Oh well. But yeah, it is actually a high time I was ending the stream anyway. going to include these armoured layers down here so that my ammo's not as exposed, because it's, of course, I've got my ammo cores like sheeted in the front of here. Just need to make sure that gets it all in. Right. Then I'll add another layer to the top of it, of course, and I think that's going to be it for the stream. I mean, we've got something done at least, and we've got plenty of bits and pieces around the place. But I have been streaming too long. I was considering streaming something else, but now I don't know if I'll be up to it or not. So yeah. Basically, I just need to stop right now. Right. Where have my two little drones wandered off to? Oh, don't say they've run out of power again. They probably have. No, he's okay. Sort of. What? Oh no, he is actually, his engines are, he's out of power pretty much. Okay. What about you? What are you up to? Oh look, you're out of power as well. Okay. Right. Sure. Those guys just run, they wander way too far and they just don't do anything. And actually the Deadly Blades are barely doing anything, so I might as well take them off, to be quite honest. All of my lift is coming from thruster power. So this is a pure thruster craft. And I've got a moth in here, I think. Yeah, that's a moth. Okay. Yeah, the Deadly Blades aren't doing anything really. Purely thrusters. But I was thinking of adding a new section to the craft, and I've just not done it. All I've done is like muck around with drones for most of the video. Well, most of the stream actually. So yeah, you can't tell how these things are going to go. So yeah. Something I should mention though, guys, kind of important, is about an upcoming stream. If any of you guys are planning to watch it, and that is the stream for Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, thrusters are incredibly powerful. Yeah. Darkest Dungeon stream on Thursday. I'm actually shifting that one to tomorrow, Friday, because when I was putting the video together, I flat out forgot I won't actually be available at 5 o'clock on Thursday. So, whoops. But yeah, I think that's the first time I've made a slip up on the upcoming streams thing. And well, I don't need to ease up on my power really, because after all, I am RTG electric powered. So, Dankest Fungin, yeah, Dankest Fungin, definitely. I mean, is this thing even powered? Yeah, it's not even motor driven, this. So it's like, it's barely doing anything. Still waiting for my support craft to catch up though. I need to, I think they need RTGs flat out to just keep them running. Because other than that, they're meant to stay close, but they just keep wandering off places and not keeping up. So it's not exactly good. If I rebuilt them as actual thruster craft, they would stay a heck of a lot closer. I can tell you that for a fact. Probably best to do that actually. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. So, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and this has been like nearly 3.5 hours of From the Depths actually. So yeah, massive stream by my standards. But yeah, 3.5 hours of From the Depths adventure mode, and we even got somewhere, which was nice. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all some other time. So yeah, see you later. Wait, I think you need to rebuild. It's the same size as your cookie wagon. You started to add stuff to the end. What? Actually, that long end there actually holds ammo customizer for the small Gatlings on top of the craft Lollard, so it does hold something, it's just not been fleshed out, so yeah. Thanks for watching everyone and see you all later. Bye bye for now. Better save. Mighty Dirtfin.